Namaste everybody. Welcome to the Ask Classroom. In today's lesson, we are going to look about the history of the Indian economy. This is the story of a country which in the first century had been among the wealthiest of all, contributing about 32% of the world's economy. After a lot of changes, takeovers, and struggles, it in the 20th century stands developing with a mere 3.1% contribution to the world's economy. How did all this happen? To know more, keep watching. Let's explore the past now. Between the 1st and the 7th centuries, India was estimated to have the largest economy of the ancient and the medieval world. Our country was controlling about 1/3 to 1/4 of the world's wealth, which means out of 100%, it had a contribution of 30 to 40% in the world's economy. Our country was often referred to as Swarndweep and Swarnbhumi by many of the travelers who visited India in their writings, such as Megasthenes, Faxian, Zhuangzang, Alberuni, Ibn Battuta, Frenchman Francois in the 17th century, and also by a lot of others. They all repeatedly refer the prosperity of our country. In the pre-colonial period, that is before the arrival of British, our country was known for its prosperity and economy. This made Europeans arrange for a great voyage to discover, a journey to find the sea route for our country. A country which admired the prosperity of India came in for a trading business and destroyed the Indian economy. During the mid-15th and the mid-16th centuries, many European explorers set out to find a sea route to the east, that is, India. But what was the need when a land route was already known? Trade with Asia was very important for the Europeans. This was because they needed cloth and spices. During the time, the land trade route was controlled by the Arab traders. They resisted the presence of the Europeans. So, for the Europeans to keep trading, a sea route had to be found. Portugal and Spain took the lead in discovering the sea routes. The idea of making huge profits often led rulers to pay for the voyages. The start was made by Portuguese Prince Henry the Navigator. Soon followed the others. Each sailing expedition consisted of many ships. Santa Maria and São Gabriel were the main ships of Christopher Columbus and Vasco da Gama, respectively. We all know the first person to reach India through the sea route is Vasco da Gama. But the first person to start the exploration was Bartholomew Diaz. In 1488, Bartholomew Diaz, a Portuguese explorer, reached the southern tip of Africa. He could not go any further as the sea was very rough, so he named the place the Cape of Storms. Later, it was named Cape of Good Hope because it offered explorers the hope to reach the east. The map depicts the route taken by Bartholomew Diaz from Lisbon, Portugal, to the tip of Africa. Next comes Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus was an Italian explorer. In 1492, he set out from Spain to find a sea route to the east. His expedition was funded by King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain. However, instead of sailing eastwards, he sailed westwards and reached the Bahamas. Later, it was proved that it was not a part of Asia, but a new continent that he found. It was called the New World, the America. The map depicts the route taken by Christopher Columbus from Spain to the Bahamas, reaching America. Next came Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama was a Portuguese explorer. In 1497, he started his voyage from Lisbon in Portugal. His trip was funded by King Manuel I of Portugal. He took the same route as Bartholomew Diaz and reached the Cape of Good Hope. Thereafter, he sailed northwards. In 1498, he reached Calicut, present Kozhikode in Kerala. He was the first European to reach India by sea. He met Zamorin, the ruler of Calicut. Vasco da Gama loaded his ships with spices, which he later sold in Europe for a huge profit. Thereafter, he made 2 more trips to India for trading. This map depicts the trip of Vasco da Gama from Lisbon in Portugal to Kerala. This map depicts the route taken by all the explorers in different periods. The green line from Lisbon in Portugal to the tip of Africa depicts the route taken by Bartholomew Diaz. Next, the blue line from Spain to the Bahamas or America depicts the route taken by Christopher Columbus. The pink line from Lisbon, Portugal to India depicts the route taken by Vasco da Gama. Observe another green color line from the left of the map extending towards the right. This depicts the route taken by Ferdinand Magellan. Ferdinand Magellan was a Portuguese explorer. Between 1519 and 1521, he sailed round the world. During this voyage, he discovered a passage between the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans. This passage was later named Strait of Magellan. He was also the first person to cross the Pacific Ocean and gave it the name. He was the person who told the world was round, as he ended in the place where he started after 3 years of sea journey. In 1600s, the East India Company acquired a charter, a written document from the ruler of England, Queen Elizabeth I, granting it the sole right to trade with the East. The first English factory was set up on the banks of the river Hooghly in 1651. Trading started. In early 18th century, conflicts arise between the Nawabs and the company for reasons like indigo cultivation. The company wanted indigo for the magnificent blue color it gave on cloths while dyeing. The main problem with its cultivation is that if indigo was cultivated on a piece of land, the land would soon lose its fertility and become unusable for any other cultivation, that is, it would become barren. Gradually, all problems started when British entered our country for trading business itself. It is evident that the 18th century India was far behind Western Europe in technology, innovation, and ideas. While the East India Company's control increased, there was lack of freedom, non-occurrence of agriculture or scientific revolution, limited reach of education to the masses, population growth, preferences of machine over manual skills made India a country which was prosperous but with people who were poor. The British Empire began to take its roots in India in the mid-18th century. The East India Company used revenues generated by the provinces under its rule for purchasing Indian raw materials, spices, and goods. Hence, the continuous inflow of bullions, which means gold or silver bars or coins in bulk, that used to come on account of foreign trade, stopped. This changed the condition of the Indian economy from being an exporter of processed goods to an exporter of raw materials and a buyer of manufactured goods. Famine in our country persisted from 1765 to 1947. We finally got independence on 15th August 1947 after a 200-year rule by the British. Now let's see the variation of Indian economy from the 1st century to the 20th century. 1 AD, 32%, the largest regional contribution. 1000 AD, 32%, the largest regional contribution. 1500 AD, 24.36%, second in regional share. 1600 AD, 24.41%. 1700 AD, 24.46%. 1700 to 1750 AD, 25% of the world's industrial output. 1850 AD, 5 to 10%. 1870 AD, 9.2% world income British Empire. 1900 AD, 2% global industrial output. 1913 AD, 5.4% British Empire. 1952, 3.8% of the world income. 1973, 3.1%. 1999, economical liberalization. 2019, 4.1%. 2020, 1.2%. A country which had a contribution of 32% in the first century had a rapid decline to a stunning 3.1% in 1973, even after independence. To increase the declining economy, by the end of 20th century in 1999, the government of P.V. Narasimha Rao introduced the LPG system, about which we will discuss in the further sessions. We think the Britishers brought with them education, technology, innovation, ideas, and other things we didn't have. The buried truth is that we Indians were very well advanced than others in the first century itself. Thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe my channel.